Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare American coin collecting as we explore four of the most valuable and expensive ultra-rare United States coins ever discovered. Some of these incredible coins have stunned collectors with their rarity, unique minting characteristics, and astonishing values. You might be surprised to learn that treasures like these can sometimes hide in old collections, forgotten coin jars, or family heirlooms. So stay with us until the end, because one of these remarkable coins could be worth far more than you ever imagined. First up, United States, Eisenhower $1 from the year 1974 stands as one of those fascinating American coins that often slips through circulation unnoticed. Yet behind its large and commanding appearance lies a story that continues to captivate collectors decades later. Featuring the familiar portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse and the dramatic eagle landing on the moon on the reverse, this dollar represents an era when America was celebrating both a respected military leader and the achievements of the space age. The sheer size of the coin immediately separates it from modern pocket change, and when held in hand, many collectors describe it as feeling more like a piece of history than an ordinary coin. While millions were struck, certain examples reveal characteristics that transform them from common collectibles into highly sought-after treasures that continue to generate excitement across the numismatic community. The year 1974 arrived during a period when the Eisenhower Dollar series was still relatively young, and production facilities were refining their striking processes. As a result, some coins emerged with stronger details than others, creating significant differences in collector desirability. On well-struck examples, Eisenhower's hair exhibits impressive definition, while the eagle's feathers and lunar surface details appear remarkably sharp. Other coins left the presses with weaker strikes, causing subtle design features to fade into the background. These variations may seem insignificant to casual observers, but experienced collectors understand that such distinctions can dramatically influence rarity and market interest. Every surviving 1974 Eisenhower dollar carries the possibility of possessing a unique combination of characteristics that separates it from the countless others produced that year. What truly fuels intrigue surrounding the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is the occasional appearance of unusual mint-made anomalies. Some examples display minor die deterioration, slight doubling in portions of lettering, unexpected strike characteristics, or subtle alignment irregularities that encourage closer examination. These discoveries often begin with someone casually sorting through an old collection, inherited coin jar, or forgotten bankroll. At first glance, the coin appears ordinary, but under magnification, hidden details begin to emerge. That moment of realization creates a powerful connection between collector and coin, transforming an overlooked dollar into a potential conversation piece. Stories like these continue to inspire treasure hunters who carefully inspect every Eisenhower dollar they encounter. As collector demand evolved over the years, condition became one of the most important factors influencing desirability. Coins that escaped heavy circulation and retained original luster became increasingly difficult to locate. The broad surfaces of Eisenhower dollars are especially prone to contact marks, making pristine examples remarkably challenging to preserve. A coin with brilliant cartwheel shine, clean fields, and strong design detail can stand far above average examples in collector appeal. This pursuit of quality has created an enduring fascination with high-grade specimens, especially those that appear almost untouched despite surviving for decades. For many enthusiasts, finding such a coin feels like discovering a time capsule sealed since the 1970s. The value journey of a 1974 Eisenhower dollar often resembles a storytelling ladder filled with surprises. Common circulated pieces generally remain modestly valued, but illustrative examples with minor variations or attractive collector characteristics may sometimes attract interest in the range of $2,500 to $3,500 under specific circumstances. Particularly unusual mint anomalies have occasionally inspired collector excitement around illustrative figures near $6,000, while rare collector pieces with exceptional appeal have been discussed around $7,500. Some remarkably preserved examples have generated attention around $8,000, and unusual finds paired with strong collector demand have occasionally approached $8,500. These figures are examples of possible market outcomes rather than guarantees, yet they demonstrate why collectors remain eager to study every detail of this fascinating dollar. The suspense deepens when extraordinary pieces enter the conversation. Certain notable examples featuring exceptional preservation, dramatic visual appeal, or highly desirable characteristics have inspired discussions around $9,000, while some high-grade coins may also reach around $5,000 depending on quality, certification, and market conditions. In especially rare circumstances, historically significant or unusually impressive specimens have approached the upper end of these illustrative ranges. For the person who unknowingly discovers such a coin in an inherited collection, the experience can feel like a sudden windfall. The possibility that a single dollar might represent a substantial financial surprise creates an emotional pull that keeps collectors searching through boxes, albums, and estate holdings year after year. Anyone examining a 1974 Eisenhower dollar should pay close attention to several important details. Weight can reveal valuable clues, especially when compared against official specifications. Metal color should appear consistent and natural, without suspicious alterations or unusual surface treatments. Strike alignment deserves careful inspection because off-center characteristics or rotational anomalies may attract collector interest. The shape and thickness of the rim can sometimes reveal production irregularities, while letter doubling in dates, mottos, or inscriptions may indicate varieties worthy of further study. Even when a coin appears promising, professional authentication remains essential because trained experts possess the tools and experience needed to verify authenticity, identify varieties, and accurately assess condition. Yet the most captivating aspect of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar may be the mystery that still surrounds coins hiding in plain sight. Somewhere in an old dresser drawer, forgotten collection, dusty safe deposit box, or neglected family inheritance, another remarkable example could be waiting for discovery. Most people would glance at it and move on, never realizing the story locked within its metal surfaces. But for those willing to slow down, inspect carefully, and appreciate the subtle clues left behind by the minting process, every Eisenhower dollar becomes a potential treasure hunt. And just when you think this giant dollar has revealed all its secrets, the next coin waiting in the shadows may carry an even more shocking story that few collectors have ever seen. One of the lesser-known aspects of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is how collector interest can change dramatically when a coin retains its original mint frost and untouched surfaces. Over the decades, many examples were cleaned, polished, or mishandled by owners attempting to make them appear more attractive, but those actions often reduced their desirability. Coins that survived with natural luster and authentic surfaces are far more appealing to serious collectors because they preserve the exact appearance intended when they left the mint. Occasionally, a seemingly ordinary dollar reveals stunning eye appeal under proper lighting, with bright cartwheel effects rolling across its surface. Discoveries like these remind collectors that true value is often hidden beneath first impressions, waiting for someone patient enough to recognize what others overlooked. Perhaps the greatest lesson of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is that rarity does not always announce itself with obvious signs. Sometimes the difference between a common coin and an extraordinary collectible can be found in a tiny doubled letter, a subtle strike anomaly, an unusually sharp design detail, or an exceptional state of preservation. That reality continues to fuel the excitement of coin collecting because every examination carries the possibility of uncovering something unexpected. While no value is ever guaranteed and professional evaluation is always recommended, the thrill of searching remains timeless. The next time a large Eisenhower dollar appears in a collection, pocket, or forgotten storage box, take a closer look, because hidden among ordinary coins may be a remarkable survivor whose story, rarity, and collector demand could surprise even the most experienced numismatists. Second United States Eisenhower $1 bicentennial from the year 1776, 1976, is one of the most recognizable commemorative coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Yet behind its familiar appearance lies a fascinating story of patriotism, celebration, and hidden collector intrigue. Unlike standard Eisenhower dollars, this special issue was created to honor America's 200th birthday, and its reverse design immediately stands apart with the dramatic image of the Liberty Bell superimposed against the moon. That powerful combination linked the nation's revolutionary beginnings with its modern achievements in space exploration, creating a coin that symbolized 2 centuries of progress. Millions of Americans handled these coins during the bicentennial celebrations, but few realized that some examples would later become prized collectibles capable of generating tremendous excitement among numismatists and treasure hunters alike. The visual appeal of the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar is difficult to ignore. The obverse retains the familiar portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, while the dual date 1776, 1976 instantly signals its commemorative purpose. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell appears bold and commanding, with the moon floating behind it as a reminder of humanity's giant leap into space. Well-preserved examples reveal remarkable detail in the bell's cracks, lettering, and surrounding design elements. Over time, however, circulation wear softened many of these features, making sharply struck survivors increasingly attractive to collectors. The contrast between ordinary worn pieces and exceptional examples has become one of the key reasons this coin continues to command attention decades after its release. Although enormous quantities were produced, not every bicentennial dollar emerged from the mint in identical form. Variations in striking pressure, die condition, and production quality created subtle differences that specialists eagerly search for today. Some coins display stronger details, cleaner surfaces, or more pronounced design elements than others. A handful reveal unusual mint-made anomalies that transform otherwise common coins into highly desirable collectibles. Stories occasionally surface of collectors discovering unusual examples tucked away in inherited albums, forgotten dresser drawers, or old coin jars, proving that even a widely distributed commemorative issue can still deliver moments of genuine surprise and excitement. The mystery deepens when collectors begin examining potential varieties and mint errors. Certain examples have attracted attention because of letter doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, strike-throughs, or unusual planchet-related characteristics. These features often require magnification and careful observation to identify properly, but they can dramatically increase collector interest when verified. The thrill comes from knowing that a coin which appears completely ordinary at first glance may reveal something extraordinary under closer inspection. That possibility keeps collectors returning to bicentennial dollars year after year, hoping to uncover a hidden detail that others may have missed. As the years passed, condition became one of the most important factors influencing collector demand. Large dollar coins are especially vulnerable to scratches, contact marks, and surface abrasions because of their size and weight. Finding a bicentennial Eisenhower dollar with original luster, sharp details, and minimal distractions is far more difficult than many people assume. High-grade examples often stand out immediately when viewed under proper forelighting, displaying brilliant cartwheel effects and crisp design elements that seem frozen in time. For collectors, encountering such a coin can feel like opening a window directly into the celebrations of America's bicentennial era. When value enters the discussion, the storytelling becomes even more compelling. While most circulated examples remain affordable collectibles, certain illustrative market scenarios demonstrate why collectors pay such close attention to quality and rarity. Minor variations or desirable characteristics have sometimes inspired values in the range of $2,500 to $3,500. High-grade examples may attract attention around $5,000, while unusual mint anomalies have occasionally generated collector interest near $6,000. Rare collector pieces have been associated with illustrative figures around $7,500, exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples around $8,000, and unusual finds with strong collector demand around $8,500. More notable examples and extraordinary historically significant specimens have occasionally been discussed near $9,000. These figures are purely illustrative possibilities and never guarantees, but they demonstrate the remarkable enthusiasm certain coins can inspire. CG, for someone discovering one of these coins unexpectedly, the emotional impact can be profound. Imagine opening an old family collection and realizing that a seemingly ordinary bicentennial dollar might represent a sudden windfall or even contribute toward a down payment on a home. While such outcomes are uncommon, the possibility fuels the enduring fascination surrounding rare coins. Every collector dreams of experiencing that once-in-a-lifetime discovery, that unforgettable moment when a familiar coin reveals an unfamiliar story. Yet responsible collecting requires patience, research, and realistic expectations rather than assumptions based solely on appearance. Anyone evaluating a 1976 Eisenhower bicentennial dollar should carefully examine weight differences, metal color, strike alignment, rim shape, and any signs of letter doubling or unusual mint characteristics. Comparing a coin against known specifications can reveal important clues, while unusual coloration or alignment may indicate features worthy of further investigation. However, appearances can be deceptive, making professional authentication essential before drawing conclusions about rarity or value. Somewhere right now, another bicentennial dollar may be hiding in a forgotten collection, waiting for someone to uncover its secrets. And if you think this historic commemorative coin holds surprising mysteries, the next shocking coin in our journey may reveal a story even seasoned collectors never saw coming. Another factor that adds intrigue to the 1976 Eisenhower bicentennial dollar is the existence of special collector versions that were produced with enhanced finishes and greater attention to detail than ordinary circulation strikes. These coins were created for collectors who wanted keepsakes of the nation's bicentennial celebration, and many were carefully stored for decades. Yet even among these preserved examples, quality can vary dramatically. Some retain brilliant surfaces and sharp details, while others developed marks, haze, or environmental damage over time. This difference in preservation has created a fascinating hierarchy among surviving coins, where the finest examples continue to attract the strongest interest from serious collectors searching for the very best representatives of this historic issue. Perhaps the most exciting reality is that remarkable discoveries still occur when people least expect them. A bicentennial dollar found in an old estate collection, inherited coin album, or forgotten storage box may initially appear identical to millions of others, but closer inspection can sometimes reveal a rare variety, an unusual mint characteristic, or an exceptional level of preservation. Those moments remind collectors why the hobby remains so captivating after generations of searching. Every coin carries a story, and every examination holds the possibility of uncovering something extraordinary. While professional authentication is always the final step in determining significance, the thrill of the hunt continues to inspire collectors worldwide, proving that even after half a century, the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar still has secrets waiting to be discovered. Third United States Eisenhower $1 from the year 1977 arrived during the final chapter of one of America's most distinctive large dollar coin series, and although it lacks the special bicentennial date seen on earlier issues, it carries a fascinating story that often goes unnoticed. By 1977, the excitement surrounding the nation's 200th anniversary had begun to fade, yet the Eisenhower dollar remained a powerful symbol of American history, honoring both President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the achievements of the Apollo space program. Its large size, bold portrait, and iconic eagle reverse gave it a presence unlike any modern circulating coin. Many people overlooked these dollars as bulky pocket change, but collectors would later discover that certain examples possessed qualities capable of transforming an ordinary coin into a remarkable collectible. At first glance, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar appears straightforward, but a closer examination reveals a world of subtle differences that continue to fascinate numismatists. The obverse features Eisenhower's commanding profile, while the reverse showcases the majestic eagle descending toward the lunar surface, clutching an olive branch. Strongly struck examples display impressive feather detail, sharp lettering, and crisp surface textures that immediately stand out. Yet not all coins left the mint in the same condition. Variations in die wear, striking pressure, and production quality created a range of appearances that now influence collector demand. These seemingly minor distinctions have become major points of interest for specialists who search tirelessly for superior examples. The intrigue surrounding the 1977 Eisenhower dollar grows even stronger when unusual mint-made characteristics enter the picture. Some coins reveal minor doubling in lettering, die cracks, strike-through errors, or subtle alignment anomalies that escape notice during production. These features often remain hidden until examined under magnification, creating moments of genuine excitement for collectors. A coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer for decades can suddenly become the center of attention because of a tiny detail that most people would never recognize. Stories of unexpected discoveries continue to circulate throughout the hobby, reinforcing the idea that hidden treasures can emerge from the most ordinary place. As years passed, survival in exceptional condition became increasingly important. The broad surfaces of Eisenhower dollars are particularly vulnerable to scratches, bag marks, and circulation damage. Even coins that spent relatively little time changing hands often accumulated noticeable imperfections. This reality means that truly high-grade examples are far scarcer than production figures might suggest. Collectors place enormous value on coins that retain original luster, clean surfaces, and strong visual appeal, because these qualities become increasingly difficult to find with each passing decade. The search for pristine specimens has transformed many ordinary-looking 1977 dollars into objects of serious collector interest. When value discussions begin, the story becomes even more compelling. While many 1977 Eisenhower dollars remain affordable collectibles, certain illustrative scenarios reveal why careful examination matters. Coins displaying minor variations or desirable characteristics have sometimes inspired collector interest in the range of $2,500 to $3,500. High-grade examples may attract attention around $5,000, while unusual mint anomalies can sometimes be associated with illustrative values near $6,000. Rare collector pieces with especially appealing characteristics have generated discussions around $7,500, and exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples have occasionally approached $8,000. Unusual finds supported by strong collector demand have been linked to illustrative figures near $8,500, demonstrating how dramatically rarity and quality can influence market perception. The excitement intensifies when more notable examples enter the spotlight. Certain extraordinary pieces with remarkable preservation, highly desirable mint characteristics, or significant collector appeal have occasionally been discussed around $9,000. These figures are strictly illustrative and never guaranteed, yet they help explain why collectors carefully inspect every Eisenhower dollar they encounter. For someone who discovers such a coin unexpectedly, the experience can feel like a sudden windfall. The thought that a forgotten dollar could potentially represent a meaningful financial surprise, perhaps contributing toward a down payment on a home or funding an important life goal, creates an emotional connection that extends far beyond the coin's face value. Responsible examination is essential for anyone hoping to identify an exceptional 1977 Eisenhower dollar. Weight differences can provide valuable clues, especially when compared to official specifications. Metal color should appear natural and consistent, as unusual tones may indicate environmental effects or possible alterations. Strike alignment deserves close attention because rotational or off-center characteristics can attract collector interest. The rim should be examined for unusual thickness, shape, or formation, while lettering should be inspected carefully for doubling or other die-related anomalies. Because many apparent rarities turn out to be damage or post-mint alterations, professional authentication remains one of the most important steps in evaluating any potentially valuable coin. Perhaps the greatest mystery surrounding the 1977 Eisenhower dollar is how many overlooked examples may still be hiding in old collections, inherited estates, forgotten coin jars, or dusty storage boxes across the country. Every year, collectors uncover coins that had gone unnoticed for decades, proving that remarkable discoveries remain possible even within a well-known series. Most people glance at these large dollars without a second thought, never realizing the stories, history, and potential rarity they may contain. Yet somewhere, another surprising example could be waiting to reveal its secrets. And if you think the 1977 Eisenhower dollar has delivered enough suspense, the next shocking coin in our journey may uncover a hidden treasure that rewrites everything collectors thought they knew. Another fascinating aspect of the 1977 Eisenhower dollar is the way collector demand has evolved over time. When these large dollar coins were first released, many Americans viewed them as inconvenient for everyday commerce because of their size and weight. As a result, countless examples were stored away rather than heavily circulated, creating the impression that they would always be easy to find. However, decades later, collectors began paying much closer attention to condition, strike quality, and unusual mint characteristics. This shift transformed certain overlooked pieces into highly desirable collectibles. The difference between an average specimen and an exceptional one can be dramatic, proving that rarity is not always determined by mintage numbers alone, but often by how many superior examples survive today. For many collectors, the true appeal of the 1977 Eisenhower dollar lies in the possibility of discovery. Every coin examined carries the potential to reveal a hidden variety, a striking anomaly, or an unexpectedly high state of preservation. That sense of uncertainty fuels the excitement of the hobby because no one knows exactly where the next remarkable find will appear. Coin inherited from a relative, purchased in a small collection, or discovered in an old bank bag could suddenly become the highlight of a collection. While professional authentication is always essential before drawing conclusions about rarity or value, the thrill of searching remains timeless. Even now, decades after these coins were minted, the next extraordinary 1977 Eisenhower dollar may still be waiting quietly in an ordinary place for someone curious enough to take a closer look. Fourth United States Eisenhower One Dollar from the year 1978 marked the final regular issue year of the Eisenhower Dollar series, giving the coin a unique place in American numismatic history. As the last chapter of a large dollar experiment that began earlier in the decade, the 1978 issue carries an atmosphere of conclusion and transition. Featuring the familiar portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse and the powerful Apollo-inspired eagle reverse, this coin represented both military leadership and one of humanity's greatest technological achievements. Many people spent these dollars or tucked them away without a second thought, unaware that the final year status of the 1978 issue would eventually make it one of the most closely examined Eisenhower dollars among dedicated collectors. The visual presence of the 1978 Eisenhower dollar is impossible to ignore. Larger and heavier than modern circulating coins, it commands attention the moment it is held in hand. On well-preserved examples, Eisenhower's profile appears sharp and dignified, while the eagle descending toward the moon reveals impressive feather detail and carefully engraved textures. Strong strikes showcase crisp lettering and brilliant luster, but not every coin emerged from the mint with the same quality. Differences in die wear, striking pressure, and production conditions created subtle variations that collectors continue to study decades later. These distinctions often separate an ordinary-looking coin from one that sparks serious interest in the numismatic marketplace. As the final circulation year for the series, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar carries a special emotional appeal. It represents the closing of an era before the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar replaced it. This transition gives the coin an added layer of historical significance because it symbolizes the end of America's last large circulating dollar. Many collectors are naturally drawn to first-year and last-year issues, and the 1978 Eisenhower dollar benefits from this phenomenon. Every surviving example becomes a tangible reminder of a changing period in American coinage, making the coin far more compelling than its face value might suggest. The real intrigue begins when collectors start searching for unusual varieties and mint-produced anomalies. Certain examples reveal die cracks, strike-through errors, minor doubled lettering, off-center characteristics, or other production irregularities that escape detection during minting. These features are often invisible to casual observers, but can become exciting discoveries under magnification. A coin sitting quietly in a collection for decades may suddenly attract attention because of a tiny detail hidden in the date, lettering, or rim. Stories of collectors uncovering unexpected varieties continue to circulate throughout the hobby, fueling the belief that remarkable finds are still waiting to be discovered. Condition also plays an enormous role in the desirability of the 1978 Eisenhower dollar. Because of the coin's large surface area, contact marks and scratches accumulated easily during storage and transportation. As a result, examples with clean fields, strong luster, and minimal distractions have become increasingly difficult to locate. High-grade coins often appear dramatically different from average specimens, displaying brilliant cartwheel effects and sharp details that seem frozen in time. Collectors recognize that preserving such a large coin in exceptional condition was never easy, which is why top-quality examples continue to command admiration and attention. The value story surrounding the 1978 Eisenhower dollar becomes especially fascinating when illustrative market possibilities are considered. Coins displaying minor variations or particularly desirable characteristics have sometimes inspired collector interest in the range of $2,500 to $3,500. High-grade examples may attract attention around $5,000, while unusual mint anomalies can occasionally generate excitement near $6,000. Rare collector pieces with notable appeal have been associated with illustrative values around $7,500, and exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples have occasionally approached $8,000. Unusual finds supported by strong collector demand have been discussed around $8,500, demonstrating how dramatically rarity and quality can influence perceived value. The tension rises further when extraordinary examples enter the conversation. Certain more notable pieces have inspired discussions around $9,000, particularly when they combine exceptional preservation with highly desirable characteristics. Historically significant or truly remarkable specimens may also reach illustrative levels approaching $9,000 under the right circumstances. These figures are examples rather than guarantees, but they reveal why collectors carefully inspect every Eisenhower dollar they encounter. For someone who unknowingly discovers such a coin among inherited belongings or forgotten collections, the experience can feel like a sudden windfall or even a contribution toward a down payment on a home. That possibility creates a powerful emotional connection between collectors and these seemingly ordinary dollars. Anyone examining a 1978 Eisenhower dollar should do so carefully and responsibly. Weight differences can provide important clues. Metal color should appear natural and consistent, strike alignment deserves close attention, and rim shape can sometimes reveal unusual production characteristics. Letter doubling in inscriptions, dates, or mottos may indicate a variety worthy of further research, but appearances alone are never enough to confirm rarity. Professional authentication remains essential for identifying genuine collectible features and distinguishing them from post-mint damage. Somewhere today, a forgotten 1978 Eisenhower dollar may still be hiding in an old coin jar, estate collection, or dusty drawer, waiting to reveal a secret that nobody has noticed for decades. And if this final year Eisenhower dollar seems full of surprises, the next shocking coin in our journey may hide an even more unbelievable story. Another reason the 1978 Eisenhower dollar continues to capture collector attention is its status as the final opportunity for the public to obtain a large-format circulating dollar before a major redesign changed the direction of American coinage. Many collectors view last year's issues as historical milestones because they mark the end of an entire chapter in mint history. This perspective has encouraged generations of enthusiasts to save and study 1978 examples, searching for the finest strikes and the most unusual characteristics. As a result, competition for premium quality coins remains strong, especially when a specimen displays outstanding eye appeal, original surfaces, and exceptional detail that sets it apart from the majority of surviving examples. What makes the hunt so exciting is that remarkable discoveries are still possible today. A 1978 Eisenhower dollar sitting unnoticed in a family collection may appear completely ordinary until careful examination reveals an unexpected variety, a striking anomaly, or an unusually high state of preservation. Those moments of discovery are what keep collectors searching through albums, storage boxes, and inherited coin accumulations year after year. While professional authentication is always the key to confirming significance and value, the possibility of uncovering something special continues to fuel the imagination. Every coin tells a story, and somewhere out there, another 1978 Eisenhower dollar may be waiting quietly for the collector who finally recognizes the hidden treasure resting in plain sight.